guys, happy Saturday and happy summer slash winter solstice, depending on where you are in the world. so, sorry, I'm a little late. I spilled my tea on the carpet and I was using the bristle to soak that up so that I don't get the carpet padding wet. That's a bad thing. So, yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are having a lovely Saturday. I pulled out a few books for you guys so that we can maybe dive into some solstice goodness. Poor Sue is here. Hello, hello. What up, Garrett? So yeah, I don't want to scoot over because like the wet spot is like right here. I don't want my butt to be on the wet tea spot. And Cat, hello. And Azra is here. Hello. Yes. Happy Litha! And then to you guys in the South, I hope that you are having a wonderful winter solstice. Porsu said yesterday was Midsummer Fest in Finland. Excellent! What'd you guys do to celebrate? So was it, like festival type stuff, or what'd you guys do? And Susie's here. What up, Susie? So I'm going to drink the rest of my tea, the tea that did not spill on the carpet. But I was like moving my water bottle and then I bumped my tea mug and then oh, Garrett had heat. It's been really, really warm here, but today it's overcast and drizzly, kind of the way June gloom should be. But this is like our first day of June gloom. So it's like kind of messing with my sinus pressure. So it always like makes me feel like I have a sore throat whenever like there's drastic changes in the weather. It's like my sinuses. I'm like, ugh. Let's see. Marina is here. Hello, it's his first time here. Well, welcome. I hope that you have fun today. Porsta said we lit up a big bonfire called Coco and eat good food. Ooh, I want to go to that. Sounds like my kind of party. And Tail is here. Tail Raven Tarot. Sadly, it's rainy here too. Yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like super misty where it feels like it's drizzly, but it's just like, but it's not cold outside. It's warm, but it's like a muggy, messing all this up. Silver Star is here. It's this afternoon, and everyone here as well. Hello, hello. So, like I said, I have some books to certain chapters pulled aside for you guys here today. Oh, where did I get my jewelry? Okay, so my earrings I made myself out of Amazonite. So yeah, made those. And then this one is actually from my friend in Belgium because she knows I'd be having the Native American blood. So she just wanted to get me something that would honor my heritage. So I thought that was really nice of her. So, oh, yay. You guys are all finding each other. Excellent. All right. And in case it does get cold, I brought my slippies. So I have like these little bunny slippies. That's in case my feeties get cold. So well, we shall see. And Gemini, hey! Well, actually, no, we just started a few minutes ago, so you are right on time. I was just telling people that I had my water bottle next to my tea mug on the carpet behind me, and I bumped it, and a lot of the tea poured out. So I had to use the Bissell and like soak up all the liquid from the carpet before, you don't want that to set in. So I'm a little late. And Jillifer is here. Hey, says you need to have a part-time job that's about witchcraft jewelry. I have some of my jewelry on my website, my Etsy shop, but I guess I don't have like everything that I make. All the other stuff is like for me and friends. But yeah, maybe I should do like a little witchy jewelry craft series, for you guys. That might be fun. Okay, so we heard from Porsu about how they're celebrating in Finland, but how are you guys celebrating the solstice today? So, whether you guys are north or south. Porsu said, I have a dream catcher earrings. Ooh, me too. Mine are made out of silver though, but yeah, I love I love all kinds of dream catcher stuff. I used to have one above my bed when I was a teenager. Um, and I would hope that it would catch all the bad stuff and only let good dreams in. um, Marina said, hello, Gemini seems to have a chat full of us Geminis. Heck yes. Gemini in the house. And Ellie is here. Says happy solstice. So lucky to be here at 2 a.m. You need to be in bed. I am dead asleep at 2 a.m. Porsu is a Virgo. My mother is a Virgo. And a couple of my good friends as well. Yes, so many Geminis in the house. Just means you're going to have a party. I think Geminis, we throw the best parties. Maybe I'm biased, but you know. Okay, so what do I want to get into first with you guys? Molly says my Venus is in Gemini. Party! Jillifer is in Aries. My dad is in Aries, actually. Yes. And Glitter Sunflower is here. Hello. um, and Azra, hey, says, I'm celebrating Litha by having a bit of fire, making sun tea, and setting my intentions for not only the new moon, but the solstice. I'm really excited. There's a lot of great energy to work with. There is. There's the whatever retrograde, there's eclipse season, there's the new moon, there's solstice energy. There is a lot for us to work with and utilize, and I think it's great to, you know, not shy away from all of these energies and be like, oh my gosh, everything crazy, retrograde, all of this stuff, but you know, to utilize all of that to your advantage, you know. So try to think of, you know, what does eclipse mean for you, or what does new moon mean for you, you know, bringing in something new, or just kind of setting peace, or you know, with you know, Mercury retrograde, what are some things that you can do to improve communication, and you know, some things that maybe it's time to just kind of put on the back burner and not like overcomplicate things, you know. And then with this, you know, change in season, you know, whether you're going into winter or you're going into summer, what would you like to, you know, set for the next 6 months for yourself? So I think this is like a fantastic time for stuff, which is why I opened my books to certain chapters so that we can like discuss all of that stuff. Let's see. All right, poor Sue, you go get yourself a soda. Garrett said, I made my own dream catcher during quarantine. I am also Native American. My great great grandma was a Native American medicine woman. Excellent. I have, actually, yeah. My great great grandmother down in Sonora, Mexico. A lot of my family came from Sonora, Mexico. You know, they're Native American, Pima Indian, but we also recently found out we have some bloodlines down in like Bolivia, Peru, so of the indigenous people. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. Gemini got up early, 6 a.m. and did yoga and meditation in the morning sun. That's awesome. I love when, you know, I mean, I'm not a super morning person, but sometimes I, you know, if I wake up and there's a beautiful sunrise outside my window, I can't help but like get out of bed. You know, I want to just hang in bed for that, you know. I want to get up and do something, if, you know, if only to maybe just have a cup of tea and watch the sunrise. Let's see, going back, Azra says, I'm Scorpio, Moon Aries, and Rising Scorpio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's see, Silver Star, happy solstice. Always in meditation. I'm using a new candle to dedicate to my ancestors and my goddess. I'm an Aries, so we love to have fun. And Sherry Bug, hey! Sherry Bug, I'm basically Viking, like literally couldn't be much more Caucasian. Nice. Jillifer, I'm gonna go outside and honor the Fae, my guides, especially Bree. Excellent. Garrett, if you have any Irish, I will think we are related. My grandmother is Irish. Her mother's from Ireland. So, yes. Limerick. And what's the other place? There's a couple of places, but mostly from Limerick. Let's see. Sherrybug, Vikings are strong, hardworking. Be proud of your bloodline. Heck yes. A lot of great mythology coming from them as well. Sherrybug, German, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and Norse. My grandfather is German. My grandmother is Irish. There's also some Scottish in my grandmother's bloodline as well. Potential cousins in the house, yes. I think Vikings were ahead of their time in some respects, yes. Scottish, German, Irish, Welsh, English, everything but Spanish from Spain. Well, then your family loved to get around. Jilfer, super Irish and English, but I'm also German and Scandinavian. Garrett, I'm Viking too, and German and Scottish. And Ellie said, aha, fellow Irish ancestors. You know, I just posted on my Instagram stories, like, you know, with, you know, all the different like DNA tests that people can take now. Mine was, I did mine through Ancestry.com, and how it gives you like the map of the world, and then it circles and colors the places like your family's from. My family like is kind of like all over the world, and I was like, you know, my family never met a culture they didn't like. They were a very amorous group. The more the merrier, I say. Bring more into the mix. And long hair, skinny Ito, what's up? And Lady Night, summer solstice, blessings to you as well. Azra, I'm Irish, Anawaya, Cherokee, and Israeli. My pantheon is Celtic Greek. Wow, that's a beautiful mix. Heck yeah. Marina, I'm Russian, living in Germany with Northern ancestry. You know, my grandfather's side of the family, they came from Mecklenburg, which I believe is Northern Germany. Natasha, Indigenous, Gypsy, American. Excellent. See, I love this. You guys are we're like the United Nations in this live chat. That is so freaking awesome. Lady Knight's like, I'm seeing a lot of the Deutsch in this room. Sherrybug, I want to do a 23andMe. My mom did, and it follows the maternal line back to its origins. It's amazing to see. Yeah, with the Ancestry.com, you know, it's, I mean, kind of, you know, very similar. It was just so interesting because there's like all these family stories of like this family member. And of course, you know, you never know, because sometimes things get exaggerated in family stories and history. And then it's like when you actually see that, yeah, you know, all of their stories that they've been talking about, it's in my blood. I was like, oh, heck yeah. Let's see. Gemini said, my mom did genealogy, and what she found is we're all connected. Yes. And Marina, I live in Northern Germany, not far from that location. Hey. Ellie said, United Nations. Anyone from Asia here besides me? Well, on my dad's side, we're from Cebu. So, I mean, Pinoy. Sherrybug said, you are the designated representative. Nice. Okay, let's see. Let's dive into my United Nations group here. Let's dive into this book first, of like things you could do for the summer solstice. But if you're in the winter solstice, of course, you might do like the opposite of these things. Let's see, Lady Knight said, I wonder if they show everything in those tests. I saw someone take a test and her sister got very different results, even though they have the same parents. That was something they explain in the Ancestry.com, is like my brother and I, if you know, I took the test, and I have a test for my brother. I just haven't been able to give it to him yet. We're going to have two different results, even though we have the same mother and father. And it's just how genetics shows up in your blood. You know, I know that for sure I have a lot more of my dad's ancestry in me than my brother does, because my brother looks more like my mother's side of the family, which usually sons follow their mothers and daughters follow their fathers in terms of kind of, usually, not all the time, of what they kind of, what comes out in, you know, their genes. And so I bet my brother, like, he would have way more of my mother's side of the family and a lot more of the European than, you know, I would. And it's so interesting, you know, we would have a lot of similarities, but, you know, things would be skewed a lot differently, you know, which I think is cool. Especially, you know, like with my one of my cousins, like, you know, my uncle has 5 kids, and so they all look the same except for one. And like they all have, you know, their fair skin, dark eyes, dark hair, and then there's one green eyes, red hair. And my uncle is like, "You've been seeing the milkman?" But it's like, no, like you know, it was like, she looks apparently like somebody on my grandmother's side, like deep down into the Irish line. Like it's so like it's so interesting that, you know, somebody from way, 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 way back just like kind of popped out, you know, later on looking just like them, but yet looks nothing like her brothers and sisters, which I think is out. Phoebe, I love you. She's such a sweetie. But yeah, so I always think that that's interesting. There's always like maybe sometimes one brother or sister like, whoa, you look completely different from the rest of us. And it's just like whatever pops up in the genes, you know? Um, let's see. Silver Star, I have a weird question. What your interpretation? I was doing a chakra meditation and a spider fell on the tree. What would you say it meant? Oh, that's interesting. And you guys can try interpreting this too. But for me, I always see tree as stability, but I also see, like we were just talking about, ancestry and bloodlines, like literally the family tree. And you think of like a spider falling onto the tree, you think of, for me, I think of like the weaver of the world, you know, like Spider Woman, you know, the creator of the world, you know, she spun this web and, you know, everything on it. And so maybe a spider falling onto the tree is just maybe showing the interconnectedness of, you know, your family tree with the rest of the world, just like how connected we really all are. So I don't know, just my interpretation, but I think that's pretty cool. Um, Garrett said, the ancestry is how we found out about my big brother. Whoa, cool. Marina, you have just described me. Um, oh, I meant the Black Forest, my bad. um, you described my sister. Oh, it fell on me, but that's what I thought as well. Yeah, you know, just kind of like as a reminder, hey, this, I mean, if a spider fell on me, I'd probably scream, but in the overall, like a metaphorical sense, it's probably spider saying, hey, you know, I weave webs just like, you know, the world has been woven together. And if that represents your family tree, then this represents our interconnectedness. So, you know, but yeah, that's, and it's so weird because in dreams, I'm never scared of spiders, but in waking life, I'm a little scared. Some of them, you know, if I can get them to go outside, I'll be like, shoo, go back out into the nature. Go back out to the wild. You don't want to be in my home. My home is not where you belong. Go find your own home. Go build a home. Okay, so there are some suggestions. I have a couple of books that have solstice suggestions. I never follow them to a T because I kind of do my own thing, but I like to use them as guidelines. So I'm going to read the first one to you. See, Garrett, we recently had the anniversary of Memorial Day tornadoes. Whoa. Silver Star, thank you. It made me jump, but other than that, I slowly got I just slowly got in the grass. Lady night, as long as they stay on their side of the room, it's all good. When they come over, well, sorry. Yeah, I'm like, sometimes if it's just like a daddy long leg or something and it's just chilling, I'm like, listen, the rules of my home. You want to stay in that corner and like catch the mosquitoes that accidentally come into the house? That's cool. That's cool. You want to catch the bugs? Have at it. You can have every bug in this house. But if you start wanting to come into my bedroom or come on to me while I'm sleeping, we're going to have some issues. So there are rules, Mr. Spider. um, okay, let's see. I want to also look into the idea of what you are weaving in your life since it was a chakra meditation. What is your role as a weaver in your own life? Ooh, I love that interpretation. That's cool too. Speaking of dreams, I once dreamt of standing in the middle of a gigantic sea snake. Any explanation? Well, metaphorically, snakes, I do see, I mean, people can see them in a positive or negative aspect. I don't really see snakes in a negative aspect. I see them as ones that shed skin, you know, so it's almost like beginning anew. So if you're standing on top of a gigantic sea snake, maybe there are some major changes going on in your life or something that is being shed or let go of. Maybe, you know, I don't know, just from my interpretation, just because I don't see them really negatively. And I have encountered many a snake, you know, growing up and everything. And they've snakes have never been, I've never seen them as bad, you know. In fact, they just seem like really scared of people, and I feel kind of bad that people are so mean to them sometimes just because they slide on their bellies. Like, like there's like, it's like, I can't help it. I don't have like arms and legs. Like, please don't be afraid of me. um, let's see. More than issues, say hi to the angels. Sherry Bug, my rule is any critter that shows up at night has to be gone by the morning or risk death. And I have ancestors from Baden. Silver Star, oh, thank you. That's a good interpretation. That makes a lot of sense. And that tarot lady's here. What up? You're very welcome, Ellie. It was a good sign to me. I'm on the right track and to keep going with my creations. I think so too. Excellent. Okay. I don't know if you guys have this book, but it's called Grimoire for the Green Witch by Anne Mora. And I don't remember when I got this book. It was a while ago. You could see it's all like frayed and bent up and opened and written in because I just love this book so much. It's really good guide for like what I want to do, but I end up doing my own thing. But it's like just kind of a good reference book, I think. So I turned to the one for the Litha Sabbat. So here are some things that you could do. But of course, you know, you guys always do your own thing. And I know that you guys already said that you guys are doing your own thing. And Turret is here from Wales. Hello, my Welsh friend. How are you? Oh, you know, back when I was in elementary school, there was this lovely little lady that she was from Wales, and I just loved her accent. And oh, actually, I had a professor in college who was also Welsh, and I love that accent so much. It's just I could listen to them talk all day. I'm like, I love accents, by the way. Like, that's just it's one of my things. I used to like try to pretend to speak in all these different accents when I was like a little kid. I used to try out all like everybody's accent. I was like so enamored with all of them. Lady Night once read a story of a woman who snuggled with her large snake as big as her, and later a vet told her that the snake was measuring for size to know when she would be able to strangle her. Oh my gosh! That's very interesting. Okay. For the Litha Sabbat, You guys could try this out or make it your own. Have altar candles, preferably in dark blue. Um, Kiara said, wanted to introduce myself. I'm Chris Linner, new to the channel, but not as new to tarot, paganism, etc. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, definitely. Welcome. Hopefully you have some fun today, just kind of hanging out and being goofy with us. um, okay, for incense, you could choose musky or a cleansing scent, lavender, musk, or sandalwood. For decorations, um, you can create your altar or your circle with summer flowers and fruits. Some ritual items that you can place on your altar. A cauldron containing a small amount of water. Keep the water bowl of the altar partially empty to receive water from the cauldron. Have a red votive candle in a safe bowl type container that will hold flames and melting wax. Have a bowl containing a small pinch of these 9 herbs: wood betony or basil, chamomile, fennel or lavender, lemon balm or carnation, mullein, rue, thyme, St. John's wort, and vervain. The boys like vervain. Food may include red wine or other hearty beverage, herbed bread, pastries, cold cooked meats, cold fried chicken, potato salad with hard boiled eggs. And then it goes on to, like, you do whatever it is that you do for your circle, like how you cast a circle, or how you would like to dedicate things. Off to the side, I wrote some things that I actually put on my altar during this time as well. I put pyrite for the gnomes, moonstone for the elven, silver topaz and rose quartz for the fae, rutile quartz for the angels, and obsidian for dragons. I also offer honey, wine, milk, and spices to those folks. Susie is getting hungry. Actually, me too. Maybe I'll take you guys into the kitchen later. Sherry Bug, I never got my sacred space transitioned from spring to Litha. Hey, sometimes I don't transition my altar at all. It just stays that way for a really long time just because I really like the energy of it. If you like the energy of it, don't feel like you need to change it. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's some activities that you guys could do for Litha. All right. Make amulets of protection out of herbs such as rue and rowan. Silver's like, you're going to make me hungry again. You're welcome. Number 2, make protection pouches out of white cotton to hang indoors or in bedrooms. In them, you could put 2 or 3 sprigs of rue, bits of whole grain wheat bread, a pinch of salt, 2 star anise, tied together with red thread and hang over entry door, sprig of rowan, sprig of rue, 3 flowers of St. John's wort. You could dispose of old amulets in the midsummer fire. Actually, I like fires. I like lighting fires. I don't think I'm like a pyro, but I like to watch stuff like burn, like when I write my intentions and I throw it in the fire, I'm like, ooh. I like fire. Let's see. You could cleanse the house and tools with spring water sprinkled by vervain, rosemary, and hyssop tied together with white thread to banish negativity, cleanse, and purify. You could create psychic dream pillows or a fairy dream pillow or bundles with mugwort and bay leaves, lavender, blue, or yellow cloth sewn with red thread. Place under pillow, on bed, or hang in a tree in the yard. I've done that before. To see fairies at night, soak thyme in olive oil and anoint eyelids. Ooh. Make a solar wheel to hang outdoors on a tree or in an entry or in bedrooms. Let's see, it tells you how to make that if you wish. Oh, you can make a witch's ladder if you want to, and depending on what your intention is, would determine the colors. You can burn old Yule wreath in the Litha fire. You could also tie a bunch of fennel with red ribbons and hang over the door for long life and the protection of the home. Harvest herbs like St. John's wort, vervain, and yarrow. And lastly, look for the fairy folk under the elder tree, but eating their food means staying with them for 7 years, according to tradition, possibly based on a selection practice for training bards. Interesting. So that was from Grimoire of the Green Witch, or For the Green Witch, by Anne Morrow. In case you guys are interested, this is this book is worn. Let me tell you. Okay, let me go back to your comments. um, it says, I don't change my altar very often. That tarot lady, me neither. It's usually a few months before I change it again, or I just get the itch. Sherry Bug's like, fire, fire, yes. I have a candle going right now. I always feel like if I'm doing a live chat or I'm doing a reading, or I'm doing any sort of creative work, I have to have the fire going, even if it's not the fireplace and it's just a candle. It says fire scrying is the best. Ooh, I've tried to do it, but then afterwards I see when you get the after effect in your eyes, you start seeing little flames everywhere. But I do every once in a while to do some fire scrying. Silver Star said, I love fire. Bonfires are always nice. Oh, I love a good bonfire. Especially on the beach. My best memories are my friends and I or my family on the beach with a nice big bonfire. KR said, question, best tarot oracle decks to use during Litha and this season. I'm looking to add to my collection, especially interested in ancestral, goddess, herb, floral. Would love any suggestions. Well, let's see what I have on hand. Actually, for herb or floral, I did a video, was it a couple of weeks ago? It was my collection of herbal and floral decks. You might want to check that one out because I have a lot of flower, springy, type decks that you might want to take a look at. Let's see, goddess decks. I think I also have a goddess decks collection too. So maybe look at some of the collection videos. I think those are kind of right up your alley for right now, with spring and summer and, things coming to life and all of that. Let's see. Oh, the herbal tarot. That one's a really good one. Yes, yes. Jillifer in Washington State. Lady Night, I already wrote my solstice spell and got my ingredients ready for a spell, and I will do it watching the live stream from Stonehenge Sunset in about 90 minutes. Oh, Simon from the Hermit's Cave is talking about he's going to be doing a chat from Stonehenge. I want to go there so badly someday. Someday. I want to do that. And to go on the solstice would be freaking amazeballs. Let's see. Just going through your comments. Kawaii! Yay! Happy Catterday to you and a blessed summer solstice to you as well. Azra Children of Litha is a good one for the solstice. Oh, yeah, definitely. And you're very welcome. Jillifer said, wait a second, how do you work with gnomes? I just kind of feel like I feel like I have a lot of magical folk in my yard. For me, the Fae is more in charge of, the strength of my plants, their hardiness. And I sometimes leave offerings to them so that they can continue to help my plants grow. Whereas gnomes, I feel that they're very, I don't know, a little more cheeky and a little more mischievous than the Fae. And gnomes, I kind of get my knowledge of them from my grandmother on my mother's side, and what was passed down to her. And it's a different name than gnomes, and well, actually stuff that I hear from my grandfather as well. My grandfather would talk about gnomes in more of the Germanic sense, and my grandmother would talk about them more from an Irish perspective, but they were a different name. And I'm not talking about the little people, that's completely different. But gnomes I see is just really, really cheeky and fun, and it's I kind of have to make sure I acknowledge them in my yard. Otherwise, they bring stuff into my yard that probably shouldn't be in my yard and like frustrate me. But also, you know, keeping them happy and just kind of acknowledging that they're there. I feel like they protect my yard from invaders and stuff like that. And even like um, even like solicitors that come to the door, I feel like they do some things to kind of keep them, you know, away. All right, so let me see. Let me go back to what you guys were saying. Um, oh, Lady Knight put the link to the live stream. Excellent. Poor Sue said, sorry it took so long to get my soda trip. Ended up in the sauna. Nice. Um, they also stream the sunrise tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh. Like I need to watch this for sure. A lot of folk coming on in. Zara's here. Hey. Um, oh, and Cindy is taking off. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a great Litha, by the way. Um, Sherry Bug said, I'm using 2 different apps with different approaches. Not sure how fluent I can become without having someone to speak with. We'll have to go to Russia. Oh, that's right. Learning Russian. You know, I was trying to learn like, you know, better my Italian and everything using like the Duolingo app and but also I had a lot of people to talk to. There's a lot of people in the opera that do speak Italian fluently. And then when I got to go to Italy and I was there for 3 weeks, like my Italian was pretty good, and what I couldn't remember in Italian, I threw Spanish in, so it was like Italianish. So it was like Italian Spanish, and that's how I was like communicating with everybody, because a lot of the Italians knew Spanish as well, um, and they couldn't figure out where I was from. They're like, "Are you from Greece?" I'm like, "No." Spain? No, I'm from America. They're like, "No, you're from somewhere. You're like, are you?" You're from Italy, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm actually from America. It was so funny. But yeah, since I don't really have anybody to speak to anymore. It speaks Italian, so my Italian's going. I would love to. I would love to bring it back. So I should start practicing again. Um, Jennifer, I feel the same way about my backyard. I've always felt that magical creatures like fae and gnomes are in my backyard. I just want to learn how to work with them. You know, it's just it I just kind of have learned by trial and error working with them because there are a lot of people that have suggestions. And I tried those suggestions and they didn't really work for the magical folk in my yard. I kind of just had to do what I don't know, just kind of figured out on my own. I do know that they like milk and honey though, preferably almond milk, which was interesting because I have had coconut milk, cow's milk, almond milk. I've put those out there and they seem to enjoy the almond milk, which is interesting. So I was like, okay, if you guys like almond milk, I mean, I love almond milk. Oh, what's on your shirt? Oh, it's Deadpool. Deadpool riding a cat with a unicorn horn, shooting arrows of love on a rainbow. Let's see. Stanley believes in the Fae too. Yes, Lady Knight, this is a Deadpool shirt. Zara said fairies are pretty tricky, I think. They can be. And Sherry Bug, have no idea when, but would probably hit the touristy places like Moscow and Kyiv. Nice. Or is it Kyiv? I hope I pronounced that right. Zara, have you been working with any herbs for Litha? I like calendula for a lot of different things. So calendula, mugwort, lavender, my roses, like always, forever my roses. Ooh, and you know what's beautiful? I want to take you guys outside, but I think I would lose internet connection. But where all my roses are, there's my red-orange roses, actually these roses, that only bloom at certain points of the year. And right now, they're exploding like these just They look like fire, and it's not really coming through the camera here, but they are a bright red orange, and they really do look like fire, and they really only bloom right around this time of year. And so they are my Litha flowers. They are my summer flowers. My red roses have some buds right now. My white roses are exploding as well. I've been pruning a lot of my white roses and putting them on the grave of our old cat. He's buried in the backyard. And actually, the anniversary of his passing is coming up on the 28th. So I've been more cognizant of trying to put some white flowers on his grave. But yeah, so these like are probably the number one thing I'm working with right now because they're my favorite. They're my rose babies. Let's see. It says, OMG, I saw an online flower website that you can order a flower arrangement that is a freaking unicorn. Oh my God, Sherry Bug. And Jennifer said, forgot to say, Happy Pride. Yes. You know, my uncle always contemplates every year because we have the Pride Parade in San Diego, and he's done the parade, you know, every once in a while, and sometimes so he always calls me and he's like, "Do I want to come out of my hermit mode and join my peeps in the Pride Parade this year, or do I just continue being old and hermity?" My uncle, by the way, is not old. He thinks he's old, but he's not old. Like in the grand scheme, if you live to 100, like my uncle is not old. And I think my uncle's pretty good looking. As of late, he says there are many a young men that have been hitting on him. Let's see. Oh, Pixie Cut is here. Hello, hello. And Zara said, I love roses. Rose is my middle name. Well, you know, Rose is one of my favorite names, actually. I used to, when I was little, say that I wanted to change my name to Rose. And so when one of my friends, her name's Rosa, I was always like, I'm so jealous of your name. I'm like, I want Rose as my name. Rose is the middle name of one of my cousins, too. Christine Rose. Yes, it is a gorgeous color, isn't it? Ayana's here. Hello, and a very blessed Litha to you as well. Butterfly Love Child, low-key obsessing over Clary Sage and Jasmine for the week. Yes, yes. Yes, and happy Pride to everyone. So we have Litha, we have Pride, we have New Moon, we have Retrograde, we have Eclipse Season, we have all the stuff, you guys. So much good stuff going on. Oh, KR has to go. Last minute work, Zoom call. See y'all later. So I will see you maybe next Saturday. Lady Knight was born in a city that has the nickname City of Roses, since we have a large rose garden that is from 1913, still there today. Is this a place I must come visit? It might be. I'll have to look that up. The City of Roses. I'll have to look that up, definitely. Porsu, my middle name is Urja, and Inkuri. So my full name is Aino Urja Inkuri, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's beautiful. Jennifer, I always wanted to name my daughter Juniper, Rosalind, or Adelaide. Those are all beautiful names. Lady Knight, we have over 100 rose types. Well, we have a rose garden here in Balboa Park in San Diego, but I've heard that there are bigger, more beautiful rose gardens, and I would love to check them out for sure. Ayana, I received my travel altar pendant, and you love it in the whole package. I'm so happy. If you guys don't know, I make travel altar pendants, and I make ancestral altar pendants, and my rainbow bridge pendants, which I can show you on my altar right now. So thank you, Ayana, for reminding me. Hold on, I'm gonna move the tripod. Sorry for the noise. Okay, so this one here is my travel altar pendant. This is my ancestral altar pendant, and then this one is the rainbow bridge. So yeah, there are a few things I'm gonna have to add to my altar besides these for Litha today. This is what my boyfriend put on my altar yesterday. He bought it for my altar. I was like, really, DDP? I mean, we love DDP. He's, old school wrestler. He does like DDP yoga now, but he's the diamond cutter. He does the diamond cutter. So he's like, bang. So yes, DDP is on my altar. He's bought this guy for my altar. Who else has my boyfriend bought? Hold on, because there's some I don't have on my altar right now. He bought Wally and Eva for my altar. And he also bought Tut here. He thought they would be cool. So he's like, why aren't they on your altar? And I'm like, because I can't put everybody on my altar. I mean, okay, so let me turn this back around here. There we go. Ugh. Hold on, we're all tied up here. Alrighty. Back to, I'm not sitting on a wet spot, am I? I'm like, oh, I almost forgot about the T spot. Let's see. Yes, that was a wrestler on the altar. I'm sorry, poor Sue. I didn't mean to mispronounce it. I bet pronounced correctly, it sounds way more beautiful. Zara says, I like to burn dragon's blood resin and lavender. That's quite interesting. My boyfriend is so, and it's so interesting because he's Mr. Straight Lace, Mr. Down to Earth, Mr. I'm not into woo woo anything. However, he will buy stuff for my altar. And he'll walk in, and if I'm like in the middle of meditation, he's like, I'm sorry, are you connecting with the universe right now? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. This is, what is the statue in front of Space Kitty? I'm like, do I have a Space Kitty? Oh, I do. That's my Hello Kitty astronaut. In front of her is, she's like an abundance goddess. And I know her name. Why did I just forget her name? I'm so sorry. I don't mean to disrespect you that way. But yes, she is like a goddess of abundance. Kind of an old school goddess. There are a few different cultures that have a name for her. Fortuna. Thank you, Sherry Bug. I'm sorry, Fortuna. Like, I feel bad when I forget people's names. Stanley says he always gets you cool stuff for your altars. Yeah, he's always thinking about sprucing things up, he says. What do you recommend I do as a closeted witch for Litha today? Flowers. I always tell people, you don't have to make things look witchy per se, like when it comes to natural things like flowers, like if you brought in a bouquet of flowers and you put it on the table, maybe with a couple of stones, or you just wanted to go strictly with just flowers, and you wanted to do a little meditation with them or something like that. To anybody else, it's like, oh wow, they bought a bouquet of flowers. I mean, having flowers in your house, does that make you a witch? I mean, people aren't going to be like suspecting you practice, any sort of paganism or anything like that. So yeah, if you want to keep things low key, for me, I'm always like flowers. Flowers is my jam. It's what I work with mostly. So, let's see. Lady Knight's like, how dare you forget the name? I know. Well, see, I don't work with her all that often because she's not one of my main goddesses, but still, I probably shouldn't be forgetting her name. Sherry Bug's like, reading your mind, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Closeted witches can always cook something special for a meal or take a walk in nature. That too. I mean, of course, like kitchen witchery. Hello. Yes. So lots of good ideas. Kawhi said yellow candles for closeted witches. Yeah, I mean, like, is burning a candle like suspicion for anything? I don't think so, because they sell candles at like Target and Pottery Barn. Like you're totally incognito, you know? um, Zara said, I connect more to the Greek mythology too. Yeah, I kind of always have, you know, since I was younger. But it's interesting. There are gods and goddesses from the Greek pantheon that I connect with, and there are some that I'm more with like the Roman, you know, pantheon. It's interesting. But of course, I also have like the Egyptian pantheon, and there's a lot of cultures I like to. Probably because there's a lot of cultures in my DNA, I bring in a lot of cultures onto my altar and into my practice. Okay, let's see. I opened up another book for you guys of what you guys could be doing today. And this one is from The Modern Witchcraft Guide to the Wheel of the Year by Judy Ann Nock. Kwai said, homemade lemonade is good for today. My daughter and I are going to make some. That sounds delicious, actually. I am going to have some watermelon juice. It's just ground up watermelon. It's so good. Okay, so Litha, Summer Song. There's a lot of information in here, as well as like myths and things like that. There was one I wanted to read to you. Maybe I want to do this one. Okay. This is the reign of Gemini and the age of adolescence as the astrological influences for Litha. Let's see. There is no other sign in the zodiac that illustrates the duality of nature more so than Gemini. Excuse me. Jill, I connect to Flora, Chloris, but I also feel them as slightly different energies. Yes, there's, you know, like they say, like Hermes and Mercury. I'm more connected with Mercury. And I think that, you know, when it comes to like Greek and Roman mythology, they always say, oh, it could be this or this, you know, Aphrodite or Venus. And I don't think they're the same. You know, I think those are two completely different goddesses. Yes, they have similarities, you know, and I think there are a lot of cultures whose gods and goddesses and deities have similarities, definitely, because, you know, people traveled and, you know, and sometimes their beliefs and things were left off on in different places. But you know, you know, they're different though. I don't think they're exactly the same. So I don't think that they can be like interchanged. That's just kind of like my belief. It says I need that book, adding it to my collection. I've seen this book on Amazon. Is it a good one to start with? I think so. I think so. Because there's a lot of information, there's a lot of stories, and there's not a whole lot of you need to have this, this, and this in order to celebrate the Wheel of the Year. It's more like here's the energy that's surrounding this particular Sabbat or Esbat, and you know, you can kind of go off and do your own thing, you know, which is why I kind of like these books. I'll go with yellow candles tonight to represent for all the closeted witches. I think I'm one myself. I never talk about it to the people. Hey, that's fine, you know? And I don't think people have to be out and out about what they believe. You know, it's personal. You know, that'd be weird if people walked up and down the street was just like, I'm a Buddhist. Did you know? Or I'm Christian. Hello. I practice witchcraft. Good morning. It'd be kind of weird, you know, so I don't think people have to. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I don't think people have to be out and out. Okay. The third sign of the zodiac, Gemini, is ruled by Mercury and is a positive masculine sign. Represented by the twins, Gemini represents the unfolding of the adolescent soul, a time of great change. Gemini is reminiscent of the youth and vitality of the fullness of summer, with the accompanying angst that comes from the realization of the fleeting nature of the season. Dual nature is the characteristic most strongly associated with Gemini. Let's see, then we can skip to the legends and lore, the fire of necessity. Bonfires were an important feature of the midsummer celebration. The ancient Saxon tradition of the fire of necessity, or need fire, involved constructing a huge bonfire ignited by friction, never from fuel nor spark from an existing fire. The flames were thought to ward off evil spirits. The higher the flames, the further away evil would be driven. Any food cooked over a need fire was considered, or it was believed to have special healing properties. So there you go. I mean, those are things you can incorporate, especially people that are more in the closet. Like, Sherry Bug was saying, you could cook something, but you could also have a candle going, and you could just be like, I really love the scent of this candle. um, there's also a meditation here for dancing with the she. There's an invoking ritual for the fairies. They also have some fire magic that you can incorporate into your craft for today. Let's see, you could use for the fire magic 2 bricks, a trivet, a cauldron or other fireproof container, 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt, 2 tablespoons of rubbing alcohol, a besom straw, or long kitchen match. Just keep things nice and safe. And what you could do with candle magic. By many names, Midsummer's Eve, so what today is known, Solstice, Alban, Hefin, and Bonfire Night are some of the other names by which the Sabbath of Litha is known. The Christianized version of the holiday is known as St. John's Day, which celebrates the birthday of John the Baptist. The modern celebration of the Nativity of Christ near the winter solstice and the birth of John the Baptist near the summer solstice bears an uncanny resemblance to the pivotal exchange of power between the Holly King and the Oak King of paganism. Interesting. So yeah, it's got some good stuff that you can do in there. Not necessarily like this is how you need to set up your altar, but just like suggestions for rituals and things that you could do during this time. So again, that was the Modern Witchcraft Guide to the Wheel of the Year by Judy Ann Knock, if you're interested. And for me, I like to get a lot of books like secondhand. Poor Sue is, oh wow, giving all the names into Finnish. Excellent. Cool. Zara said, right, I think oak is supposed to be pretty connected to Litha. Definitely. Okay, my homies. Do you have your A tarot deck or oracle deck nearby? Let's do a little Litha spread. So grab a deck. I'll give you guys some time while I tidy up over here. Poor Sue said, nope. Well, then you could contemplate, think on these questions. So there's some questions I'm going to ask, and I just want you to maybe, if you don't have anything nearby, you are your own oracle, by the way. We are the oracle first. The tarot and the oracle cards, they're just extensions of ourselves. So just kind of sit with the questions and kind of see what comes up for you. What comes to mind first when you think of the answers to these questions. So no worries, you don't have to have a tarot or oracle deck. Kauai does. My daughter just ran and grabbed a deck too. Excellent. Get the whole family in on it. All right. So I'm looking at the 365 Tarot Spreads book for today, June 20th, and it's the Litha Midsummer Solstice spread. So we're going to be doing that one together. Oh, Lady Knight has her Psy cards. Excellent. All right, so while the rest of you are either getting your cards, or if you don't have any cards, like I said, remember you are the oracle first and foremost. So just kind of maybe sit with some of these questions as we go through them. And you can always obviously rewind this and go back and maybe use it as some journal prompts for later on. All right, so Litha Midsummer Solstice spread. Garrett's got the Golden Girls Tarot. I know that you've been pretty psyched about that deck. Sherry Bug got the Star Spinner Tarot and the Viking Oracle, as a nod to your roots, of course. Sea Cat is using the Bonfire. Zara has the Kauai. I love the Kauai Tarot. What am I going to use? That's a good question. I've pulled some aside. I'll use one of those ones. Okay, on this day, Litha was originally intended to coincide with the summer solstice, and on modern calendars, it is often celebrated between June 20th and 24th. A fire and water festival, it marks the convergence of sun and moon, and it is considered optimal for harvesting magical and medicinal plants. And what's interesting is, I've been doing a lot of, deep dive into, ancient Aztec and Maya culture. And around this time too, there was a lot of like fire and water festival, the kind of like the duality, the opposites. I just think that's interesting. Interesting how so many cultures can be so connected yet so far apart. Um, let's see. Oh, you guys all got some great decks. Silver Star has the Tarot de la Nuit. Butterfly has the Herb Crafters. Kauai got my Spirit of the Animals Oracle. My daughter grabbed the Unicorn Oracle. Marina just got this book today. So here you go. We're diving right into your brand new book. Kathy has the Herbal Tarot. Jillifer, I'm just using playing cards. That's what I started off with. I started off with playing cards and old maid cards because I was just a kid. So Susie has the RWS. All right. Summation of this particular spread. This spread is based on the 7 sacred directions. It is a powerful meditative opportunity for reflection during the excitement of midsummer's magic, manifestation, and abundance. Marina has the brand new Lemuria deck. Hey, time to bust that out. And what better way, right? Okay, so casting the cards. Cast the Litha Midsummer Solstice spreads cards as follows. Upon completion of the spread, go outside to pick flowers or a bouquet of herbs and bring the splendor of summer inside. So whatever, even if it's just growing on the side of the road or it looks like a weed, but it's a beautiful flower, like, and by the way, weeds can be medicinal, like hello dandelion. Bring in that summeriness. Russian witchcraft states the most powerful botanicals are ritually harvested on Midsummer's Eve. Unique plants like the fern seed offer invisibility on this night only. Ooh, now is a magical time for divining, finding true love, and flirting. The card that represents today is, of course, the Sun card. The Sun card corresponds to this high day of summer. On an intellectual level, the Sun represents being able to communicate, while on the physical plane, it represents victory, success, recognition, and glory. Okay, so I'm just going to read the spread first, and then we'll go through it one by one. So don't worry if you don't catch everything right now. I'm just kind of reading through it. So it's going to be a 7-card spread. The formation looks like a cross. And it says east, air. What do I know? Number 2, south, fire. What is my potential? Number 3, west, water. What do I understand? Number 4, north, earth. What should I nurture? Number 5, above. What divine wisdom is mine? Number 6, below. What do I inherit? Number 7, within. How do I connect with what is inside of me? All right. Okay, let me grab my deck and we'll go through this one by one. All right. Housewives Tarot. I don't know. This kind of feels like summer and fun, cheeky, and maybe also because the backs look like a picnic table. Okay. What up, Lady Luck? Okay. So I'm going to shuffle, and we're going to do the first card, the East, air. What do I know? And if you don't have any cards, remember, just kind of sit with this question and see what comes to mind. I'm going to have a sip of tea. Okay, I'm going to move the camera so that I can move and make room for my cards. Okay, there we go. Okay, what do I know? What do I know? Poor Sue has to have a sip of soda. Susie got the Ace of Swords. I got the Page of Pentacles. So what do I know? I know how to work, like basically I know how to take care of my body. I know how to um, creatively make side money. I know how to basically I have a wealth of creativity, and I know how to do a lot of things. People always joke that I'm a jack of all trades. And you know what? Speaking of that quote, jack of all trades, some people are like, oh, sometimes they feel bad because they say, oh, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. But they never finish the quote. It's jack of all trades, master of none, infinitely better than a master of one. I am a jack of all trades and proud of it. Okay, so what'd you guys get? Jillifer has the Ace of Pentacles. I got the Page. You have the Two of Water, Butterfly. Garrett also got the Ace of Swords. Zara got the Page of Cups. Lady Knight got Voyage. Life's a journey and I need a vacation. Poor Sue, I know how to burp on command. Nice. Sherry Bug got the Three of Cups. Sea Cat got Temperance. Silver Star got the Page of Swords. Marina has the Sun, and Gemini also Page of Swords. A lot of you guys have some very similar cards, which is interesting. Kauai's daughter got Compassion, and she got Canary Spirit. Kathy also got the Page of Swords. That's a lot of Page of Swords. There's a lot of Pentacles and Swords. And then I think there was also some cups in there. Did anybody get any wands? That's interesting. Very interesting. We all got something very similar. I like that. Jillifer has the Ace of Pence. I think it means I need to trust my intuition and my career path. So these are the things that you know. And for me, I know how to do a lot of things. Like a lot of things. When I was trying to make like a business card for myself, because my dude was like, it's just good to have a business card, and I was like, but I was like, I hadn't even started like my YouTube channel yet or anything, and I was like, well, I'm just a teacher. Oh, but I'm also a photographer. Oh, but I'm also a personal trainer. Oh, but I'm also a coach, and I'm also an opera singer. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, just put it all on the business card. Yeah, I was like, ooh. And I was like, wow, I guess I do a lot of things. So, yeah, I am the jack of all trades. Those are the things that I know. I know how to do a lot of things. And now, tarot reader. Well, now, I mean, I've been doing it professionally now for a while, but, back then I was not doing it professionally yet, but just adding to my trade. Okay. Número dos. Number 2. South. Fire. What is my potential? What is my potential? What is my potential? I like this one. What is my potential? Sherry Bug knows how to care. You have the Three of Cups. Perfect for the work field that you are in. Butterfly has the Six of Air. My potential. I keep getting this one. The Emperor. I could be a boss woman. That is my potential. I could be, I could do a lot, as a leader, because I always shy away from being a leader because I always feel like, oh, I'm just the person that likes to help the leader, and I like to, do all the stuff behind the scenes, but I keep getting the call that I need to be more of a leader and make more of a racket and be more of a voice, and I would still be able to help sort of behind the scenes and help people. It would just be more in a leadership position. So I keep getting you, dude. Ooh, taro. I love taro root. Let's see, what else did you guys get? Let's see, we have the King of Cups, we have the Lovers, we have Message in a Bottle for hidden potential, we have the Three of Cups, Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, Five of Wands, Zara with the Fool as the back of the deck energy. You know what's interesting is for that first position, most everybody got Pentacles and Swords. And now with this position, most everybody's getting Wands and Cups. Interesting. Porcia said, I couldn't be the leader because I'm an introvert, but I'm okay with the second place. Well, see, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, maybe that's my Gemini self, but I'm an introverted extrovert. Like I can be very extroverted, but I'm also very introverted. I don't know. It's like quite this dichotomy that's inside of me. But yes, my potential, I could definitely be the emperor. I could be boss lady. I could lead and do a lot of really awesome things, but I would have to be in that leadership position to do so. Very interesting. Okay, so hold on, let me put these. So that's east and this is south. Okay. All right. Zara's like, you are boss lady. Gemini OMG, I am also introvert, extrovert. Must be a Gemini thing. I think so. Quiet, I got Rhino Spirit and my daughter got Healer. Nice. Like it's interesting. Like I'll go into some situations, like some social situations, and I just kind of sit and wait for people to come talk to me because like I'm a little too shy to go talk to me. But there are other times where I want to be the life of the party and I'm talking to everybody and I want all attention and all eyes on me and I want to be the loudest one. But that's not me all the time. Like I don't know. I'm like I'm back and forth. And sometimes I just want to be home and I don't want to be around a lot of people. Sherry Bug, I think my card says I have the potential to make it through moments of discord. Yes, you do, Sherry Bug. Okay. Number 3, the West, water. What do I understand? So you have what you know. You have your potential now. What is it that you understand? You know, and I just realized, you know, east for air, a lot of you guys were pulling like the swords and well, I mean, there was pentacles too, but that's interesting that there was a lot of swords for the air for east. And then for the south, a lot of you guys just pulled like, I mean, cups, but also a lot of wands as well. And I think that's a nice little bit of synchronicity. And Marina's like, that's exactly me. Poor Sue, I understand people really well. That is a wonderful trait to have. That will take you so far in life. If you have the ability to like connect and understand people. And I think that's why my boyfriend is such a good businessman and his you know, because he owns his own business. He's an independent contractor. And he does really well. It's because he really, really understands people. And he's also really good with rapport. Like he talks until you tell him to shut up. Like he can talk for days. And I think, you know, me being a very chatty Gemini, like he and we could just talk until we lose our voices. Like that's our favorite thing to do. Like we are the best communicators. And I think that's the strongest like part of our relationship is we just love to talk about everything. Like nothing is off the table. Let's see. Sherrybug got the 10 of coins. Ladybug, I got the Inquirer. So me, I understand myself. Butterfly has the 8 of earth. Do the work, dedication leads to mastery. Susie, Ace of Pence. Okay, what do I understand? Yeah. I understand the material world. I do. Meaning I understand how money works, you know, the influx and the loss of money. I understand how hard work pays off. You know, I understand, you know, work in, then there's payoff. You know, I have a really good understanding of the physical plane of the day to day, the monotony of life, I guess you could say. Let's see. Cat Spirit and my daughter got Dance. The Magician, Ace of Cups. I understand my relationships, my creative expression. Again, the 3 of Cups. Gemini has the 6 of Wands. Lot of really cool cards. Yeah, so I understand. Queen of Pentacles. Zara, the star, wishes, hoping, manifestation. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put this in my west side. Yeah, west side. um, okay, let's see. North, earth. What should I nurture? Sharebug said the 10 of coins isn't the typical family pick. It's a gentleman sitting with his dog looking out the window at a castle. I know happiness comes in many forms. And I like that there's a dog there, you being very, very dog centered. Zara has this, oh, well, I mentioned Zara as the star. Um, okay, so what should I nurture? What do y'all have to nurture? Oh, Silver got the Angel de la Nuit. My inner night is ending, meaning a new full moon will rise. I love that. What should I nurture? Butterfly got the Wheel of Fortune. What should I nurture? It's like, what should I nurture? Nope, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Susie has the King of Pence. Sharebug's a yup. What should I nurture? The world. I don't think there's much explanation on that one. I like that. You got like home, family, like completedness, but also movement, you know, with the car. And yeah, I like that. Ace of Swords. Jillifer's like so many aces for sure. Deconstruction, kind of like the Tarot Tower. Say what? Nurture new beginnings, maybe? I think so. That whenever things seem to be crumbling around you, to be able to find the like the goodness out of it, you know, being able to how do I want to put this? Like, I see everything in terms of gardening because, you know, I love my garden. So let's say, and this happened before, a skunk ripped out one of my yellow rose bushes. I don't have yellow roses anymore. And it was like, that was a tower moment for me. However, what can I do with this? Well, the soil was already super fertile from having the rose bush in it. So whatever I planted there would be able to take off. And plus, it also gave me a chance to put something there that maybe was not so attractive to skunks and would keep them out of my yard. So it was kind of finding like the bright side of the situation, even though I was extremely pissed that something had messed with my roses. So maybe something like that. Let's see. We got Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands, the Hangman. Sheldon is back. Marina has the Ten of Swords, but Seven of Swords fell out. So you might want to take both. Zara has the Empress, creation, abundance, and intuition. Kauai, daughter got the Goddess. I got the Badger spirit. Jillifer, I need to nurture my new ideas and worldviews. So yeah, I like that. Poor Sue, I don't really understand what nurture means, even though I checked it through Google Translate. Nurture means, what do you want to take care of? Yeah, what do you want to take care of? Like, what do you want to help grow in your life or love or take care of? So that would be kind of something else for nurture. Knight of Wands, to make sure to nurture my passions and keep moving forward. Yes. Okay, so I'm put this in the north, so that's earth. And a lot of you guys got pentacles on that one too, which was cool because pentacles is the earth. All right, so now we go above and below. So for above, what divine wisdom is mine? Okay, what divine wisdom is mine? Sharebug said, caring for, helping to grow. Think about how a mom cares for her child. Yes, so other like synonyms for nurture. Okay, so above, what divine wisdom is mine? We have High Priestess. Okay, so it's going to be this one, but I also feel like this bottom one was sticking out. So it's two of them. What divine wisdom is mine? The Ten of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Those are two awesome cards. Portia said, I want to take care of my happiness level because I have found a really good place. Not drugs. That's perfect. I love that. Lady Knight, birth. Everything leads to something new. Yes. Sea Cat got justice. Marina has the Eight of Cups. Okay, so again, what divine wisdom is mine? The divine wisdom that is mine is that money isn't always abundance. You know, the things that we can give is not necessarily always that green stuff. You know, you can give love, you can give of your time, you can give of your energy, you can give a smile, you can give laughter. There are a lot of things you can give, and my divine knowledge also lets me know that family is not necessarily the family that you were born into, but it's like the people that you keep in your circle are the people that you want to, you know, kind of bestow this abundance on, you know, this happiness. And your circle isn't always necessarily just your friends and just the family members that you like. But kind of thinking like the world family, like I'm thinking of like my earth family, you know, all of you guys, like everybody on this planet, you know, how is it that I could share my abundance, which again, when people think of abundance, it's usually money, but it's more than that. It's smiling, it's laughing, it's, you know, telling a joke, it's sharing your thoughts, it's sharing your dessert, it's you know, it's just being able to share positive goodness that you think would benefit other people, and it's the reminder that by doing that you help the earth family so much. So that's some good divine wisdom. Let's see, we have the Six of Swords, planning for a journey, Knight of Cups, Four of Cups, Knight of Pence. So funny because they keep getting to the next level at work, and it's part of my ritual today. It's very synchronistic. Zara has Death and the Four of Pentacles. Thank you. Kauai, daughter got prosperity. I got Parrot Spirit. Silver has the Eight of Cups, knowing how to walk away from what no longer serves me and not feel bad. Sometimes you just got to grow out of things. Zara says, I know if I'm able to share my chocolate though, I'm working on it. I know that might be kind of hard actually. Kathy got double cards as well. She got a 9 and 3 of Cups, which is both being cups. That's interesting. Jillifer, I understand how to reassess my opinions and relationships, and I know how to charm people. Nice. Sherrybog got the Sunstone. Look for clarity, like how the Vikings used the Sunstones to navigate their day. That's perfect. Oh, I love this. Okay, so this goes above, so that's up here. Okay. Have some more tea on that one. Now we go below. What do I inherit? What are you guys inheriting? What do I inherit? Okay, so I was just doing like a quick look. What do I inherit? The sun, yay! The world. Oh, now you guys are getting into major arcana cards. Interesting. What do you inherit? 3 of Earth, 2 of Swords, 8 of Cups. What do I inherit? 9 of Wands. That's interesting. Seven of Swords. I inherit freedom and exploration. Um, some of the things I inadvertently inherit is undue stress and other people's issues. The Hanged Man. Interesting. So yeah, I think that those aren't things that I necessarily have to inherit because you never have to accept an inheritance, you know. So maybe that's something for me to just kind of think about. Is what do I take on and what do I inherit sometimes? Um, and that's sometimes other people's problems, other people's issues, and they're not necessarily my own issues, but sometimes I take them on as my issues. Like somebody will be upset about something happening to them, like at work or something, and I'm like, man, that is so messed up. Because me and my Libra moon, I'm all about fairness and justice, and especially when I see unjust things happening, I start taking it on as mine. um, Let's see, we have the Magician and the Moon, we have the Six of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles reversed. Norse goddess Sol, she is goddess and the sun. Oh, is a goddess of the sun. Excellent. So I think there was a couple of sun cards in there as well. Some of you guys getting a lot of sun cards. So yeah, I need to be careful of the things that I inherit unconsciously. All right, you guys, we are making it to our final card, and that is the Within. So Jillifer, I inherit daydreaming too much and avoiding decisions. Kauai's daughter got patience, and she got the vulture spirit. Okay, so for the middle one, the last one, is Within. How do I connect with what is inside me? So how do I connect with what is inside me? I am actually going to pull one card from here, and I'm going to pull a card from my Wally's World Oracle. Zara said daydreaming for sure. Okay. Silver Star, things were hidden, but they've had a purpose to teach me how to become my own magician. Excellent. Okay. You guys have some great cards. The Tower, sometimes I learn the hard way. Yes, I've had a lot of tower moments, but maybe I needed to learn the hard way. Ace of Swords, again. My gosh, Susie. So much action, so much communication, so much thought. Lady Knight got the Scales, similar to Justice. How do I connect with what's inside me? Okay, I'm going to put that card down, but I said I also wanted to pull a Wally's World. So, my gorgeous deck. If you're interested, you can find it on my website. Whoa, that card just flew out. Zara got the Magician. Okay, so I think this is my card. Okay, so let's take a look at them. Oh, okay. So we have the Hierophant, and then we also have this lovely picture that was taken by Cosmic Creeper out in the UK. It's a spot where there's a lot of ducks, and it's one of her favorite spots to hang out with her and her dude, just kind of hanging out with nature, hanging out with the ducks, watching stuff roll off their backs, you know. Let's see, we have the Emperor, Nine of Pentacles. Poor Sue connects with nature inside me. I respect it and get quite sad when it is destroyed. Yeah. Silver Star, the Empress and Justice. Jillifer, Page of Wands and Seven of Cups. Sherry Bug, I got Loki and Suze. So play and communicate. Yes, have a bit of mischievous fun with the Loki. I'm thinking like Loki, like my Loki. Okay, so how do I connect with what's inside me? By taking everything that I learn externally, you know, through books, through teachings, what other people say, what I listen to on social media, like all of that stuff, taking all of that stuff and taking some time to be still with myself, processing it through, I was going to say like my own inner cheesecloth almost. I guess you could say it like that, you know, like your cheesecloth that's in there. You let all the stuff kind of soak through, and that which is most pure, the best lessons, the best information will come through that cheesecloth, and all the other like gross bits and like stuff that really doesn't serve you is going to stay on it. So I don't know why I came up with cheesecloth, but I was just thinking cheesecloth. So I need to take all of everything that I've learned and filter it through my cheesecloth to get the best of it. Let's see, what else did you guys get? Marina has the Rose Angel from the Lemuria Oracle deck, Opening of the Heart, Healing Through the Heart. Kauai's daughter has Rebirth, and she got Panther Spirit. Garrett has the Star. Jillifer, I need to manifest with optimism and let my creative ideas flow, no matter what they are. That's perfect. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Oh, my leg. Oh, okay. So, let's see, poor Sue. I'm going to eat some barbecue food. So, bye. All right. You have fun. Barbecue. Oh, you're making me hungry. But have fun. I hope you have a great weekend. Okay, so there was one more thing I wanted to share with you guys before, like, kind of ending, going into our healing and all that stuff, and doing a reading. I want to do a reading for us too. But Silver says to create and be willing to receive, learning balance in all things. I am like so hungry right now. But see, I don't want to eat on camera because this is not a mukbang. It's a live chat, not mukbang. Okay. Oh yeah, next thing I wanted to share with you. Okay. This stone. Okay, looks like your average stone, like doesn't look like anything. But this is called Agni or Agni Manatite, and it came in the Witch's Moon box. And I've never heard of Agni Manatite, and I've never actually ever heard of Manatite before. But they polished one side of it so that one side is like looking through it, and it's actually like super dark, but it's not like you can't see into it. You can actually see into it, but it's just like this dark, mysterious, kind of looks like outer space when you look inside of it. And I've been sleeping with it underneath my pillow. Crazy dreams, by the way. I tried meditating with it a couple of times. I got really dizzy both times, and it was almost, it was weird. It was like my vision got really foggy or cloudy all of a sudden. Like I thought there was something wrong with my eyes. So, I had to go like check myself real quick. But yeah, this is crazy. And so I was looking up stuff on it, and there's not like a whole lot on these. Oh, my battery's getting low. I'm gonna have to take you guys into the bedroom. I don't think you guys are going to mind. Wally's in there, so you guys are going to be able to see Wally Wadito. But yeah, let's go plug in my cell phone and blow out this candle. Never keep candles burning unattended. That's the, for the boys, by the way, that's their cat tree. And we hang it on the door because like a normal cat tree isn't great for them because they just knock it over because they're too powerful. I have a puma and a panther, so okay. I'm coming over to where the plug is, which is next to the bed, so okay. I'm gonna unplug my microphone, so sound quality is gonna go kaput. It's all my Snoopies and all my stuffies. Put that back down the shirt. It's getting caught. Hold on. Nope. Around, twisty turny, down the shirt. There we go. And plugging in the phone. 3, 2, 1. Boop. Okay. Get all that out of my shirt now. Okay. Oh yeah, so everybody was talking about the stone. It is really interesting, because people are like, oh, this stone is supposed to be like gentle and like, all kinds of that. And I'm like, no, this stuff's like pretty crazy. Like it was interesting in my dream last night. I dreamt that I was back in like my my hometown in Chula Vista, you know, my childhood home, you know, and it kind of looked like my childhood like city, but everything was fixed up and everything was nice, you know, because I, I grew up kind of in the hood, you know, so things were always kind of run down and things weren't nice. But in my dream, everything was like super nice and it was like super sunny and bright outside. Um, Everything was clean. And in my dream, I knew that I was dreaming, and I knew that you know, where I grew up, it didn't look like this, but I was like, wow. I was like, in my brain, in my dream, I was like, so this is how my brain categorizes my childhood. I was like that, you know, even though the reality was is that it was like not the greatest, you know, I kind of see it in its best sense, you know, that if it were fixed up and that if it were um you know, gleaming and glowing, this is what it could look like, you know. So it's interesting. Susie said we had to move from Chula Vista when I was little. Oh my gosh, you lived in Chula Vista too? I lived on Melrose in Maine. I don't know if you know where that's at in Chula Vista, but yeah, I lived kind of near the freeway. Oh, you're from Scripps Ranch. Okay. Hey! I'm like, a fellow Chula Vistian. Or as my friends would say, we're from Chulawana. um, are you an Angry Birds fan? I have never actually ever played Angry Birds, but my best friends, they're fanatics. Okay, so what I wanted to do with you guys and this stone is, I guess I have kind of channeled stuff with you guys. So, you know, whenever I do like a meditation or, you know, obviously reading cards is like a form of that. But I wanted to try to actually, I mean, I've done this before. I've just never done it on camera. um, where like I really tap into a stone and go full on transmission, you know, like, you know, just letting whatever come through. Garrett, so tell them I recommend a parody called Effed Up Fids. I will. So this being quite the stone, I want to channel a message for you guys. So, okay, I know my moderators are in here. Excellent. Good. Just in case we have any funny business pop in. But I want to do a little bit of channeling. And I don't know, I guess I'm kind of like a little self-conscious. But it was like, whatever source was like, why don't you do a actual channeled message? Like, why don't you show them what channeling could be? You know, and I was like, because I look funky when I channel. So how about you guys don't look at me and just listen to me. And I would like to do a channeled message for you, because whatever comes through here, it's like super high vibe, and it's pretty crazy, which is why I also brought my tea with me, in case I do get a little dizzy. And it's cool because if I fall over, I'm just gonna fall over on the wall or I'm gonna fall over on the bed. Susie's like, okay, closed eyes. And Zara's like, yes, please, no judgment here. Excellent. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have some tea. And then I will get down to it. You have to give me like a minute or so, like 30 seconds to a minute to like get it going. But okay, I'm having tea right now, so you guys can keep your eyes open until I have tea. Thank you, Sherry Bug. Oh, thank you, Garrett. Sea cats. Okay, calmo down. Okay. Okay, and my receiving hand is my left hand, which is why all my bracelets are always on my left hand. So that's where it is right now. And I'm going to be looking down into it, and eventually my eyes are going to close. So I'm just letting you know like kind of what's going on. Okay, I'm just going to center my energy because right now, like whenever I do a live chat, it says no falling. Hey, I don't have far to fall. Like, when I do a live chat, like I feel all your guys' energy. So I'm always like brimming full of energy. So I just have to like really calm myself down right now. Kawhi, gotta run to the store, but I'll watch the replay for this pate. Have fun. And you have fun at the store. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna, before I actually start to tap in, as I calm down, just holding the stone, it's already kind of trippy. Every time even if my eyes are closed or my eyes are open, it's like all these beings around me, these beings of like this bright white light, and it's like this tunnel, like a white tunnel or something that kind of leads from my hand to who knows where, somewhere up. And there's all this like other light and shapes and stuff that are in this tunnel. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to calm myself down. See the box corners and the star. Can you feel the point of the star, the point of the corner of the box? Watch them rotate. The tetras and the hedrons coming together, tetrahedron. It's amorphous, even the sharpest of edges. Watch it bubble, watch it thin, watch it come to a razor's edge. But in the darkness, there is light. For how do you know there's light without the darkness, and darkness without the light? We are there, they are there, you are there. We are watching. Watching the bubbles, watching the razor's edge, watching the points, watch the star, watch the box's edge, the corners. Have they made it to the edge? No. They make movies and cartoons. The plant that grows out of a dirty shoe. They hold the answers. It's right in front of them. They entertain themselves with it. But we know the stars are inside of them. All the shapes, the edges, the hedras, the tetrons. For every star being on their planet not so lonely, but seemingly so within their solar system. But they call it solar system. It is not a system at all. The solar is in them. They could make the planet bigger. They could make the planet smaller. They could make the tides rise and the tides fall. The light in them is solar. The light in them is star. So much power, so little knowledge. Have them focus on the triangle. The three sides, the 3 points. It's in their mind, in their hearts. Focus those 3 points, the triangle. They will try the angle. So many creatures, yet the oddest of them is inside their soul. For our soul, so many mythical beasts, but not of mythology. The mermaids, they think they live in water. Do they all live in water? They live amongst the stars. They need to know that what is up is down, but what is down is also up. There is no up and down. There is no time. There is nothing of mythology. Everything is at once and within inside themselves. Time for you to eat. Might I suggest the chocolate? Thank you. Have to go, little one. Thank you. Hooey. My eyes got kind of watery. Whoo. I'm gonna lean on this bed. Sorry if I got weird. That makes me like super, I'm super hot. Like my face is hot and like my eyes are watering. Butterfly is like good intense. Okay, let me go back to what you guys are saying. Oh, Gemini's like, yeah, I hope you guys are all meditating too. Garrett was like, good Lord. Susie's like, I didn't look. Butterfly's like, not weird. So yeah. Zara said, yes, my hands got really hot and my third eye started hurting a bit. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of pressure on my eyeballs and they start watering a lot and I get really hot. Yes, and I said all of that with Deadpool on my shirt. So, I might have to watch my own replay on this because I only remember like bits and pieces of what I just said. I might have to like write that down for myself. But I do kind of remember what I saw, and it was like, I don't know, like the most abstract art you could think of. Like, it was so weird. Susie's like, astral projection? Maybe. I'm not sure. Silver's like, that was beautiful. Thank you. And then Sherry Bug's like, you weren't alone. Not really. There was, like, whew, I'm just like super hot. But, I'm hot, but I have goosebumps. Like, like I was in outer space, and okay, when I get into that deep meditation, I don't look like me. Zara's like, I think you said chocolate at the end. That part I remember because they were directly talking to me. They told me to go eat some chocolate, but I guess you guys go eat chocolate too. But it was basically like, you're done for right now. Like, your energy's a little depleted. Like, it was like, thank you, we're all done here. Why don't you go eat some chocolate? Because when my energy gets really low, I do need chocolate. Like, for me, it's really grounding. And so that's what I need. Garrett, I got a little lightheaded and saw the same thing. Yeah. Sherry Bug took notes. Butterfly, it was like being observed, but listening in to the discussion. Lady Night was also getting hot flashes. And Zara said, sacred geometry too. Yeah. I'm just gonna lean because I'm still a little dizzy. Sherry Bug said, corners of the box, touching the point of the star, watching bubbles, touching the razor's edge. Whoa. So yeah, it was like I was in outer space, and me, I don't see me as me when I get in that deep place. I'm like this like bluish whitish thing with like a light up triangle in my heart, and it's in my third eye, and it lights up whenever I'm doing stuff. So there was like somebody with me, and although I couldn't really see them, I knew that they were just like me, like whatever that is. Um, and looking at the stucco on my wall, there's like a triangle in the wall. That's interesting in the stucco. Um, and I kept seeing planet Earth, but I also kept seeing like everything was like, it was like paint. It was like so abstract. There was like stuff was in stuff, and it was just all like bubbly, like weird. Um, and there was like all these stars and planets like moving around, kind of like at light speed, almost like Star Trek. So and Lady Night has to go. So yes, I hope you have a wonderful solstice. I will catch you next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Um, let's see. Susie said triangle to solar energy inside. Jennifer, you said we need to focus on the triangle, and Garrett said, yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of this like geometry type stuff, but all like bubbling in and out, but we're like in outer space. I don't know. It doesn't like make any sense because I couldn't even like draw it if I wanted to. um, let's see. Zara said, I hope you can feel my energetic hugs. I saw like an image of zooming into a solar system with different bits of rock too. Yes, it was like all this stuff. CCAT said the triangle message seemed important. Yeah, that comes through a lot, my meditations a lot though, is like always the triangle, which is why I have such like an obsession with triangles, and it's even in my oracle deck. Like I just have this thing with triangles. So we are watching all the above. They us create cartoons to entertain. Plant that grows out of a dirty shoe. It's how they entertain themselves. Oh my gosh, it's Wall-E! The movie Wall-E, you know, the shoe with the plant inside. That's cool. Kathy said, I was just thinking of that old Keith Haring stuff with the lines in space. Zara, check out Light Resonance Bridget on YouTube. She talks about light language and has some channeled paintings. I will go check that out. Garrett said, I saw mermaids because you said something about them. You know, I have had a meditation where now I'm meeting mermaids in outer space. It's like pretty crazy. I was seeing Metatron's cube. Several sections and stars and planets were moving fast, and all around Metatron's cube was in there. Oh my gosh, it was there. Sherrybug said, we know the stars are inside of them, star beings on their planet Earth, a lonely planet within the solar system, not a system at all. They can make their planet larger or smaller. That's interesting. This is moving in several. Sorry, I can't type today. No worries. And Sherrybug was so awesome to take notes so that we can, I don't even know where you start with all of that, but you know, when I do my personal channeling and personal messages, I quickly try to write down what I remember. Villain's like, I'm finding this so interesting. Yeah, it's, I don't know, I forget. It's like, it's, you know, when you wake up and you were having a really awesome dream, and then all of a sudden, like the dream starts to fade the longer you stay awake. It's kind of like that. Sherrybug, did they name themselves? Did they name themselves? Weird, like bluish, whitish light beings with triangles. The light within them is solar, is a star, three-sided triangle, so many Creatures, the oddest of them is their soul. So many mythical creatures, but no mythology. Down is up, up is down. Um, and then that's all she got. Wow. I don't even know. Like, whoa. This thing is crazy. Thank you, Sherry Bug. Like, that was pretty awesome. Like, it felt awesome. And I'm like less dizzy now. I feel like I'm more like me. My head's still kind of like um but yeah, wow, there's like so much to think about. And it sounds very riddly. Like, can they talk in more riddles, please? Garrett saw stars. I definitely saw a lot of stars, but it was like, I don't know, not like you see like a 5-pointed star. It was different. It had a lot of points to it. And it was cubes and a lot of, like the way you see Mercury bubbling, kind of like that. There was also talk about mermaids in space. That I've meditated before. I have had mermaids in space. I've seen them before. But they don't look like, I mean, they look like mermaids, but they're like outlines of mermaids. So they look almost invisible. There's no like meat to them. It's interesting. I didn't hear a name. There was definitely a we and a they. Something about power with no knowledge. Well, that makes sense. I always do believe that we are really, really powerful beings, you know, that I don't think that we've even tapped into how powerful we each are. Um, Imagine if the whole world came together and they knew exactly like who they were and like their power. Like, this world would be completely different, I think. Zara said, you'll have to enlighten us on the mermaids more sometimes. I don't even know like what they're doing in outer space. Like, they're just these like mermaids that look like outlines. They look like pencil outlines to me, but they're like invisible. You know, like when in cartoons, when they show like ghosts, but they're invisible, so all they draw are the outlines. It's kind of like that. I guess it's like ghost mermaids in space. I don't know. This is, let's see. Yes, it was something like so much power and little knowledge. It felt like everything works in unison. Sherry Bug, I thought the mythological creatures with no mythology was interesting. Hmm. Yeah, that is interesting, actually. Butterfly, Loki's Oracle has a few videos about cosmic messages that feel similar to this one. Loki's Oracle, I'll have to check that one out too. Ooh, new channels to check out. Such as much of it's real. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I'm always like floating around when I'm up there. But what if yeah, what if all the things that we think are mythical, you know, dragons and sometimes they talk about like, you know, just different cultures have different mythical creatures. I guess what if they're not mythical? Like, what if they're all real? Yeah. Hmm. That'd be interesting. Ghost Space Mermaids sounds like a punk rock band. Heck yeah! Now introducing onto the stage, Ghost Space Mermaids. So yeah. That would be a totally awesome punk name. All I kept seeing though, like over and over though, was like the corner of a box. Like, it was the corner of a box, but it was also the corner of a star. Like if a star had multiple points. Like the way we draw a star. Interesting. Zara said, I love that. I definitely relate to dragons. And I know that we work with their energies, you know, like the fae and dragons and, you know, all of that. And but it's like, what if it's, you know, we don't keep saying that they're just mythical creatures? What if they really are there, you know, and we just haven't really like, as the, I mean, we, the royal we, I guess, like the earth, like hasn't opened its eyes to like all that's actually really here? Hmm. I don't know why I keep getting stuck on like a box corner though. Like that's the one thing that's really stuck in my mind is I keep seeing like if a box, you know, if it's just a square box and you turn it and there's like that corner, like so that's the main thing that's like sticking in my brain. I can't really make sense of that. I'm gonna pull some cards because why not? I happen to have a deck that I always keep by my bed, and that's the Star Power Tarot. I just want to ask, I mean, there's a lot to ask, so I'm just going to ask about one thing. Butterfly, I see it too, but it's like black glass. Well, for me, it just looks like a cardboard box, but it's in outer space. But black glass, that's interesting too. It'd be hard to see, especially if it was in outer space. Garrett's the unknown. What is the box corner? What does the box corner represent? That I need to know because it's going to be on my brain all day. I'm like, what is this box corner? Do you see what turned over? The box corner is the star. Musical art punks or art junks, hello. Sherry Bug said you repeated the box corner several times. When I asked what the significance of the box corner is, it's the star. And we kept saying stars, and the stars like pointed like the stars, and the box corners like the stars. Like, this is so trippy. This is freaking awesome. Like, like, what? So the box represents the stars. Kind of like a Merkaba. Oh, kinda, yeah. So if a box is like a star, this is like beyond my human brain right now. Like my brain just went. Yeah, this is like some deep like stuff I got to think about later. Also talked about solar system, but it's not a system. That's interesting too. Jillifer has to go eat lunch. I hope you have a happy Litha. Have some delicious lunch. Yes, touching the point of the star. Huh. I'm like trying to put that into words. Like I can't even like, how do I put the box is the star? Okay, the box is the star, but I'm like, what? I'm so lost right now. Whoa. Okay, I went to shuffle the cards. Guess what popped out? The Tower. And a lot of people have been getting that this year. Isn't 2020 kind of like a tower right now? I know it's not supposed to be like a tower year, but it's kind of been a tower. Seacat said, yeah, I thought about the solar system not being a system. Interesting. The box turned into a triangle, all the shapes that went into a bunch of intricate combination and formed into a Metatron's cube. It was like, yeah, everything was like paint. That's all I can describe it as, like swirling paint of shapes and bubbles and stuff like that. Like, you know, the box is the star, is a this, it's a that. Interesting. What if we're just part of the corner of the star? Oh. Interesting. That's some interesting thought. I'm gonna need some tea. Like, whoa, whoa. And then in today's Tara's live chat, we talked about Litha. We talked about some awesome things. We talked about punk bands, and then we exploded everybody's brain. It looks like a 4-pointed star. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. I'm like, what do I even ask my cards? Like, where do we even start? Like, that was such a bunch of random riddles. Okay. Um, what does the box star have to do with us? What does the box star have to do with us? Box star. Interesting. What does the box star have to do with us? Possibilities beyond NASA. Probably. Images. Hello. What y'all doing? We just kind of been hanging out today. I never know where my live chats go. They just kind of go all over the place. Oh. So what, it says the tower card, I mean, looks like a 4-pointed star. Well, I put it away now, but it does, actually. You think of, like, the tower. Interesting. So I asked what the box star has to do with us, and it says the Hanged Man. Okay, cool. If you're giving out free pull cards, let me know. Not today. I did last week, but I will possibly do it again next week. Today was just kind of like a, I don't know, we were just randomly talking about everything. So I'll stay here to hang a bit. You are more than welcome. Butterfly said pyramids. Oh, pyramids. Oh my gosh. No, seriously, pyramids. Triangles. They're kind of like boxes. They kind of look like a part of a star. Don't they look like the corner of a box? Freaking mind blown. Whoa, 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 whoa. Zara said, or how the energy reflects infinitely into the different points, like unboxing unlimited potential. The star card could also be a star within the rectangle of the card. Silver said all systems coming together being are interconnected, kind of like everyone is connected and has their own part to play. Mrs. Yo, did Venus retrograde hit y'all like it did me? I think so. I think everybody's been hit by some with all the retrogrades. Zara said, and pyramids channeled energy too. Yes. So I did ask, what do the box stars have to do with us? And I got the Hanged Man. And it's like definitely see things from a different point of view, which you guys are doing right now. You're like, think about the pyramids. What if the pyramids are like the part of a star, or like the corner of a box, or like they channel messages, and they're also, I guess if you look at it straight on, it's kind of like a triangle. Whoa. And if it's a 4-sided sort of pyramid, from underneath it, it would be square like a box. It's a star and in a box is on Google. Read it. Very cool. Star in a box. I will have to look that up. Images said, dude, is there a way to know something your manifestation is going to happen? Not really. I mean, like, I always think that as much as, we can use cards and stuff to kind of look at foreseeable futures, and, we could try to manifest things. We could always, call in the aids of the universe to kind of help us out. But our manifestation, we have to constantly like work on them. So it's like, I mean, we could put the intention, we could do the work, and if it turns out in our favor, cool. But sometimes, like, the universe has something else planned, and it's like, maybe you don't need that manifestation, you need something else, and it turns out that that something else is like way cooler. I kind of like to think of it that way. Oh, Catherine is here. Yay, happy Litha to you too. And Garrett said, Heavenly Father. Yeah. Recurring number help to point that you're in the flow, I think. Yeah. Okay. I know what I want to ask. Who were they? Who were the people talking? I've been manifesting a new start with old friends from the past. I don't know if that's even possible. I think that's possible. Sometimes
You know, because I've had to do that with like one of my good friends I went to high school with, and we were like different in terms of our friendship back in high school. Now that we're adults, we're just kind of like, I don't know, our friendship is different. So it's like starting fresh, but she's still been my friend for like ever, for like 24 years. I don't know. Silver said, I thought that all the different pyramids made up energy grids. They're all in different areas connecting the Earth's grid. Ooh, ooh. I was going to say like a system, but if there is no system. um, Images like, how'd you do it? It was, um, well, first of all, I didn't see her for a long time. And then when we did get back together, like, like talking as friends again, we didn't like, we didn't go back to talking like how we used to do in high school. It was more like catching up, like you're an old friend, but like kind of talking about like our lives now. And I think more, you know, getting to know her now, which she's a lot different than she was in high school, and I assume I'm pretty different than I was in high school, and just like connecting to each other that way. You know, that she's like my friend, and I've known her a long time, but I'm just, you know, I also love her for like the person that she's become. You know, she's, you know, in all this other stuff, and so that's like how we're connecting now. Did I visualize it? Um, that's a good question. Um, it was more just like an asking, like, because I saw our friendship was kind of fading away, and it was more just a, you know, I would like our friendship to stay, but I know that it needs to change. So in whatever way that needs to be, just let it happen, and it did. So it was more like a just an asking. Um, Let's see. Zara said, I think it's definitely onto something, Silver. Something about the energetic ley lines, too. Oh, I love learning about the ley lines. Catherine said, retrograde season is good for bringing back people from the past. That is true. When is the next retrograde? We're in it right now until like July something, but we're in Mercury retrograde right now. Um, this is, oh yes, I haven't tried asking. There are 5 planets in retrograde. Yeah, it's like retrograde season. Like this is the time. um, I thought you should imagine you have it to attract it. You could do that too. I mean, everybody attracts and manifests in different ways. Um, I mean, I guess when I see her in my mind, I visualize her, but um, it was like an asking, but while also like just seeing her as just being her in my mind. Zara said that was a great question for the tarot. I wonder who they are. Yes, who were those people or beings? Who are you guys? Okay, that's too many cards. Let's try that again. Who are you guys? Who are you guys? I really want to work on the friendship, so I don't know. Um, I've always never really tried to force anything, you know. So if her and I just didn't talk for a while, I just kind of figured it was meant to be until, you know, I felt like there was something really cool to tell her. Then I would call her, and like the same here. See the Watchers, light tunnel in the beginning too. That I remember. It was, yeah, I was like describing, it was like a weird tunnel of light with like swirling energy. It was like not a stagnant tunnel. It was like a vortex. um, who were you guys? Who were you guys? 1, 2, 3 for the 3 points of a triangle. 3. Who were you guys? Whew, I got the chills. Whoa, certainly hope I wasn't half dying. It says, and you said lots of people in the tunnel. That I remember. It was like lots of energy, like swirling energy. Like not like you could see the people. It was like people's energy. It was like all in this tunnel. And I definitely felt surrounded by people and angels and like all kinds of that stuff. Says, or maybe a wormhole or portal. A la Star Trek, yes. Okay, who were those people? Okay, we have the Page of Wands. the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. They mentioned the star inside us all and referred to as the star people. Were we the star people? So this is who they are. So we do have the two people cards, but we also have the Ten of Pentacles, which is like family. A guide probably took you up to see a few people. Probably up to see these people, whoever these people are. But it seems like these people are family. Like our family, they're part of us. They are us. They're just not in human form maybe right now. And pages are messengers. So you have your messenger of wands basically, and you have your messenger of cups. So it's almost like maybe we're just the messengers for our earth family. But it's like they do consider us family. I love the rainbow behind her too. That's really cool, like unifying everybody. One with the Page of Wands. You know, we have the star, or sorry, like the sun is a star. So we have like the sun, there's a star here, there's all kinds of stars here. And I know this is the Star Power Tarot, but not every card has a lot of stars on it. And here the stars are in her eyes. And it's like she has like this light bulb moment. Let's see, one big old cosmic fam. Yes. I watched too much Ancient Aliens. My mind goes there. Zara, yes, I was looking at the rainbow too. Yeah, so whoever those people were, they were just some messengers and they were just part of our soul family, I guess. Our earth family, outer space family, but they're family. Those people were family. I love it. That's so cool. You know, before I do our healing, because I'm going to get to our healing. I know we've been on for a long time. But before we get to that, I just want to ask one little last thing. Okay, so I thank whoever those messengers were to help me with that channeled message. It was definitely very intense, and I know that you didn't want to like wear me out, which is why you stopped. And I definitely will, after this chat, go eat some chocolate. I have some dark chocolate sea salt, like waiting for me downstairs. But our minds are blown. That was a lot of information, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but could there be just like one more message that's just a little less riddle and a little more clear, that you really want all of us to know right now? And not everybody's in this chat right now. There's people that'll watch this in the future. So a lot of people will get this message. Oh, and I could ask where I was too. But one last message that's just very clear. Very clear message. Please, 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 please. Kind of feel like you're the riddler. Okay. Okay, one last message was the Hierophant, the Chariot, and the Page of Pentacles. Again, a messenger. That's like the third messenger. Third messenger. 3, triangle. Hello. Okay, one last message. Oh, all of a sudden my sinuses are not good. Okay. Okay. Something really interesting just came through. Chariots of the Gods. Yes. It was almost as like, I I don't know if you want to say like the voice is synthesized, but kind of like that. It wasn't a male or female voice. It was like a neither voice. Um, but it was like, okay, everything you know, and it was like air quotes, everything you know, everything you have learned, um, everything that they teach you on this physical plane, um, all of that knowledge is moving right now at a rapid rate. It's moving, it's morphing, kind of like the bubbling you saw in the paint and all of the swirling and all of that. But really, nothing was finite. It was kind of like morphing in and out of itself. So it was like this movement is now happening when it comes to Earth's knowledge, and it was almost like a new beginning is coming. You know, I know she's the messenger, this Page of Pentacles, but it was almost like she was holding the earth in her hands. Like she's like, there's something new coming for your world, because all of the old thought processes are being challenged at this time, and that change is good. Yes, Garrett, happy Pride. And just to prepare for, it's almost like a new world. I don't know, like Ariel, a whole new world. But interesting. That was the one last message that came through. It's just all of the, yeah, all of the learnedness on this planet is about to move into a rapidly different direction. It's going to morph. It's going to do its changing, and it's almost like there is a new world coming. I don't know. That's kind of cool. Also still a little cryptic, but cool and a lot more clear, I think. Okay. One last thing. Garrett wanted to know where I was. I was pretty sure I was just in outer space, but you know, we'll pull a card on that one. Where was I? Susie's like, I like that. I like that too. Why my sinuses, man? Where was I? So I went up a white tunnel, then I was in outer space. Where was I? I feel like I have to like really shuffle these cards. Okay. Where was I? Where was I? I was in the Nine of Pentacles. But you notice how she's like with all these things. No worries, Silver. You go get ready. I was in the place of like everything. The place of everything. Where everything is. Everything. I like that. In the place of everything. Limitless potential in the unknown. My sinuses are really bad. I've been trying to figure out the spiritual ailment behind them. Yeah, it's just like, I wasn't sniffing earlier. Like now I am. Mythic creatures without myth. Ooh. Yeah, because look, they're wearing masks that they're like mythical, but you take off the masks, they're still mythical creatures. I mean, they're not mythical though. They really are creatures. That is so cool. Garrett's like, my sinuses too. I don't know, does like tripping out and going to the astro like mess with your sinuses? Watching the bubbles was part of the beginning, so I think maybe you were in a bubble. Oh, kind of like these folk. Interesting. Gemini, well, when you think of all that is going on in the world, and especially here in this, there's a lot of upheaval. Maybe they were telling you that with this, there will be a new way. Like, you know, like a tower moment, I guess. But something good comes out of it. So I love that. Great point. I'm drawn to the castle behind it. Oh, you know, I didn't even see that. Yeah, you guys, there's like a castle back here. Interesting. Okay, so with that, I'm going to do a little healing for you guys. Zara says it's interesting how the woman in the card is holding tarot cards too. Oh, and I turned the card over. It was the 3, the Empress. I always get the Empress card. Like, That's like my card. The Fool card and the Empress card. Those are like my card. This one, the Strength card. So, interesting. 9 planets if you include Pluto. I always include Pluto. I was like, what? He was our homie and then we kicked him out? No, he's still our planet. I don't care what they say. Silver said, you just have to mention, I have seen this with other readers when they channel their allergies act up. Yeah, I'm like, why is my nose like, why do you mess with my sinuses? It's so weird. That seems like a weird thing, right? It's like, we're going to give you some messages and then we're going to jack up your sinuses. Sorry about that. Okay, so for today's healing, I actually want to have the healing come through this Agni Manatite, because obviously there's a lot of information, and since apparently, like with the Hierophant card, everything that we have learned and that we know to be true is going to be a change in and a move in. So maybe the healing energy today is to help you to be open to other possibilities, that there might be other answers, another way of doing things, and other possibilities. Vintage said, I'm sure the allergies come from using your third eye. Oh, you know, I didn't even think of that, because it's like right here, and that's like literally like where all your sinuses like are, is like right here. Wow, I had never thought of that. Thank you, actually. I think I'm gonna put like a couple of my stones on my head and just kind of like clear everything up and have more tea. And maybe have some Vicks vapor rub. To get to the light, you need to go through the dark. That's true. Oh, you know what? That tunnel of light I saw, and I was literally in outer space. I was in the dark, sort of. You mentioned no light, no dark. Oh, I think I've talked about that kind of stuff before too. You know, the like light workers, people tend to say, oh, they stay away from the shadow because they're light workers. And it's like, well, no, light casts a shadow so that we can work through it, you know, so that kind of stuff. And there wouldn't be shadows without light, and there wouldn't be light without shadows. Sherrybug's like, yes, Gemini. Yes, guilty. Okay, so the healing energy for today is to send you guys off with the being open to other possibilities out there. There was so much I didn't get written down. Well, I can always go back and watch the replay, so I will do that. So yeah, if you want to stick around for the healing, you can. You don't have to if you don't want to. You guys, I know we've been on for a really long time, and I really appreciate you guys, and Sherrybug, and I know Lady Night already left, but my moderators who are freaking awesome sauce, and Sherrybug being like freaking A+ student and taking notes for us, you get a gold star, and you get a gold star. But yeah, so thank you, and thank you to everybody who came, and you know, I always have fun with you guys. I never know really where my live chats are gonna go. I always kind of like have some topics in mind, but then we always go wherever, and I always appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. You totally make my weekend. I hope I make your weekend. You know, I have fun. It's like hanging out with my homies at my house, except you guys are virtual, but I mean, I would invite you guys to my house. Silver said, that's what I say. Wouldn't know light without the dark, just meant to understand both. Yes. Okay, so you guys could, if you are sticking around, or if you're not sticking around, hey Annette, just be open to the energy, but you don't have to be. You know, it's totally up to you if you are open to it. So if you're open to it, you could say it out loud. You could say it in the comments. You could say it in your brain. Just, I'm open to the energy. Whether you're here or you leave, you know, it's just know that the energy will come to you. Silver said, looking forward to Saturday. Aw. Sarah said, thank you for doing the live. I love virtually hanging out with you. Aw, I love hanging out with all you guys too. You guys really do. Like, I'm not just like blowing stuff up your behinds. Like, I love hanging out with you guys. Oh, thank you, Porsu. So here we go. So I'm just gonna send some of that energy to you. Here we go. You don't have to do anything special, by the way. You don't need to go in like lotus pose or do a back bend or or whatever. You guys just go about your day. All right, you guys. Woo. Quite the live chat today. I thank you all for hanging out. Let's see. Molly said, I'm behind and catching up, but I love Saturday mornings with your lives. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Marina, you too, and all of you for coming in. It says it was wonderful, amazing spirit and character you have. Thank you. I'm happy to meet you. Many things you explain, like goosebumps, etc. It makes me feel, makes me understand better why it happens. Yes, Garrett, and to everybody, there's so much energy. We have Pride Month, we have all the retrogrades, we have a new moon, we have Litha, or you have winter solstice if you are down south. Yeah, so much energy. Let's utilize that energy combined with the energy of opening to other possibilities. So so yeah, so I this is trippy. Anyone else end up in space? I was in space again. I mean, to be honest. I was like, oh, we're here again. Quickly, when I was sending you guys the healing, since it was just a real quick thing, I almost saw as if everybody was on Earth and we were like unzipping our people suits and our animal suits and like all of our suits, and we came out and we were all these like blue beings, and the blue beings like shot out of the earth. Then we realized we couldn't ditch the earth, so we came back onto the earth, and it was like everybody was hand in hand, kind of like you see the like heal the world, you know, kind of stuff where everybody's like ringing the earth, but it really was that we were ringing the earth. And we could move the earth however we wanted, and even though that would like cause stuff to happen on the earth, we could fix it. Like we could fix tidal waves, and we could even like put the whole continents back together if we wanted to, like in, was it, what they call that, Pangea or something like that, you know. It was pretty trippy. Anywho, thank you guys for popping in. Silver said, happy Pride, Solstice, Eclipse, Retrograde. Love to you all. Yes. It's a mouthful. There is so much going on right now, but that's awesome. So, yeah, I will catch you guys next Saturday, and I have some fun videos lined up for you guys this week. And yeah, if you guys ever have any like thoughts, like, you know, on videos you want to see me do, you just have to email me. So Tara, Tara, at kittensweightsandtarot.com. So yeah, so if you just like want to chit chat, or you're like, hey, I'd love to see you make a video on this, you know, I could do that for sure. This says, Amazon River turned into a giant snake and it flew up through the trees into space, where it flew around swallowing planets, then ended up at pyramids. That's freaking awesome. Makes me think of oh, what's the name of that serpent in like Aztec Maya mythology? It's like a flying serpent thing, but it's Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, it's like the flying snake, but it's a good thing, and it was also the one that stole the bones from the underworld so that we can make people. Yeah, so that sounds pretty cool, actually. Says, what is the name of the stone? I did not exactly understand. Agni manatite. Yeah, it's manatite, not magnetite, but yeah, agni manatite. Random channeled messages are great. Oh, or it could also be, yes, the Ouroboros. Yeah, the snake eating its tail. Ooh, this is like one trippy live chat. I love it. Anyway, you guys have an awesome sauce rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend. Have a good rest of your week. If you have any video suggestions, you know that you can always email me. This is, wow, I didn't know it had a name. It did. CCAT, so many experiences. Relax now. Have a nice Saturday evening and Sunday for all. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.